Hello everyone, welcome to the Game Accessibility Conference Awards 2024 edition. My name is Tara Belker and I'm very excited to have you here today. I'm the co-director of the Game Accessibility Conference, or GAConf, along with my good friend and close compatriot, Ian Hamilton, the man behind the scenes. We're so excited to have you join us today, but before we get started, I wanted to take a moment to remind you that we have both American and British Sign Language interpretations available, as well as audio descriptions. If you need any of those to have a better experience, please see the caption and simply follow the link. Now, I am very excited to welcome back our host, Steve Saylor, for another year of hosting this conference. I have said it many times, but one of the joys that I get to have every year is editing a bunch of video together of Steve just laughing and having a good time. And so I am so glad that he took the time to come back and host these awards again. And so with that, over to you, Steve.
Thanks, Tara. Hi, I'm Steve Saylor, and I'll be your main host for today. I'm honored to be back again to host this amazing award show celebrating the best accessibility all year. Both the winners and I don't even want to call them losers because they aren't really losers. They are still putting in the work to make gaming more accessible. So, I don't know, what do we call it? Non-winners? Best winners who didn't actually win but are still winners? I will just stick with nominees and maybe leave it up to you for next year to decide what we should call those, quote, it's an honor to be nominated, unquote, non-winners. 2024 has been a great year for accessibility. While we may not have had many fully accessible games this past year as we had in years previous, we are seeing more and more companies picking up the baton and running with it. For some studios, it was even their first time ever attempting accessibility. More of that, please. I also do want to acknowledge still the massive layoffs we've had in 2024. I'm calling out every executive and C-suite who has ever made the decision to lay off people because of their own corporate greed. I hope you get stuck on that golden toilet you shit on. There you go. Now you make me mad. You don't want to see Steve when he's mad. You don't like me when I'm angry, so don't make me angry. Anyway, I'm sorry. We are losing talent by the thousands, including amazing accessibility champions. Now, we aren't out of the woods just yet. We may even not for a while with gestures at everything in the world right now, but we can be those beacons of light for those of us who feel lost in the dark. And for those who have been affected by layoffs this past year, and also those even now who are still dealing with the fires in LA, which is still raging as of this recording, we are with you. We stand with you. We love you, and let us know what you need. We take care of our own. Okay. Now, as for this year in 2025, I want to look ahead on what I'm hoping to be another great year for accessibility. The train is definitely out of the station. We're laying down the track and as fast as we can, and hopefully we'll see some amazing titles released with amazing accessibility, both indies, and if it's still around at the end of 2025, AAA games as well. Looking at you, GTA 6. But if GTA gets delayed to next year, I'm sure the drifters will blame accessibility consultants for adding more wokeness to the game by adding, I don't know, rims on wheelchairs or something. Looking at you, hi, Ben. But either way, I can't wait to see what 2025 has in store. Now let's see what the GAConf Awards has in store for you right now. We're celebrating 2024 with 19 categories for you today, some returning and some modified. They've been nominated and voted on by a combination of an expert panel of judges and nearly 2,000 public votes from the community. That's you! Amazing! Good job! They cover a wide range of areas in recognition of how diverse the contributions to the field are. We have a change in how the format is this year too. Based on feedback from your good selves, we're shifting from 3 finalists per category to 5. There are a few reasons for this, but the one is that there's so much great work being done that we want to be able to take the opportunity to celebrate and recognize as much of that as possible. If you want to know more about the nominees and why they made it to the finals, head to the awards section on gaconf.com. That's gaconf.com. Each of the finalists has a link and info about their work, and you'll find information about how the awards work too. All right, let's do this. On with the show. All right, starting off with the awards today, we start with two very wide categories. That's right, we're going big, we're going home. First up is AAA excellence. Making a meaningful difference in a AAA can be challenging for all kinds of reasons. Complexity of systems, overcoming barriers in technology and workflows, the politics of advocacy within larger organizations, and yet we still see an enormous amount being done, and the high visibility of big name games means they act as a catalyst too, raising awareness and driving change across the industry. To present our first winner of the night, it makes me very happy to introduce a new host joining us for the first time, Antonio Martinez, editor of Game Accessibility Nexus. Take it away, Antonio! Woo!
Thanks, Steve. 2024 has been a good year for games with bigger teams and bigger budgets. We've had an increase in the number of games considering accessibility, an increase in breadth of considerations, and innovation too. Every one of our finalists has done things that no game has done before that others could and should learn from. Those finalists are Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and Life is Strange: Double Exposure. And the winner of the 2024 GAConf Award for AAA Excellence goes to Star Wars Outlaws. Outlaws does a lot by default, from column blindness to UR clarity, from audio visualizations to Nix Assist. It has options covering a wide range of preferences and needs too, like high contrast mode for gameplay and UI, audio described cutscenes, detailed captioning, gameplay assist, less demanding controls, and detailed menu narration. It is all underpinned by nothing about us without us, from working with disabled subject matter experts, consultants, and user research participants, all the way to including disabled creators in preview rounds, and a lot of post-launch updates from player feedback, including changes that have made a big difference to me personally to experience this iconic universe. Congratulations, what you have done means so much to me and to so many other people across the world.
Ah, yay, that's awesome. Star Wars in general being such an important cultural phenomenon that means so much to so many people. And, hey, if you, myself included, and if you somehow end up in Star Wars Outlaws by going to Jabba's palace in Tatooine, you might hear someone familiar. Just saying. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm in a Star Wars. Which just makes accessibility all the more important. You love to see it. And it really does take a village for a game of a AAA scope across all disciplines. So huge congrats again to all the many, many people involved. Can't wait to see what you do next. The other larger category recognizes and celebrates games with small teams and small budgets. Indies are out there every day, proving again and again that you don't need buckets of cash to be able to include a wider spectrum of players. To announce this award, I'd like to welcome last year's winner, Connor Bradley of Softleaf Studios, developer of the wonderful Stories of Blossom.
Thanks, Steve. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me. It's a real honor to be presenting this award. Accessibility as an indie developer can seem daunting, but from personal experience, there's a great deal that we can be doing to ensure our players are getting that intended experience that we want for them. If we think about this early enough in the process, we can push that bar even higher and reach more of our target audience while at the same time innovating. And our finalists today are great examples of just that. And they are Periphery Synthetic, Another Crab's Treasure, Botany Manor, Pine Hearts, and Plucky Squire. And the winner is Another Crab's Treasure. Huge congratulations to the team at Aggro Crab. They didn't just push the boat out for accessibility, they did so in the context of a Souls-like game. This is a great example for the rest of the industry to be looking at. And you can tell a lot of love and effort went into this game, and it really does shine through. Accessibility is not just a separate part of the game's design, but rather a key part of it. Following the character and the humor of the game, there's a setting to reduce all the enemies to one-hit kills by giving the crab a huge gun. Like, who doesn't want that in a game? And that's just the thing. Games are for fun, and there's no reason why accessibility can't be fun too. So, huge congratulations again to everyone at Aggro Crab. You really do deserve this.
He's not even kidding, y'all. It's a game about a hermit crab. The feature is literally called Give Krill a Gun and swaps the crab's shell for a realistically sized Glock. I mean, it's a pretty funny feature. I'm not gonna lie. I love that. And it's like, I love that it's an accessibility feature. Congrats to Nick, especially. I know this was a huge passion project for you. So congrats again. Our next set of awards celebrates excellence for specific audiences, starting with deaf and hard of hearing. To present the winner, we have someone who is new to the awards, but an amazing advocate and accessibility producer in the community. You know them and love them, Tess Grossman.
Hello, and thank you, Steve, and the GA conference for having me today. My name is Tess, and I am deaf with bilateral cochlear implants, and I am so excited today to present the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Accessibility Award. All of the finalists today pushed auditory accessibility further, looking at things like closed captioning, highly configurable subtitles, visual audio cues, directional indicators, and even asymmetric volume frequencies. So without further ado, the 5 finalists are Skull and Bones, Spider-Man 2 Caption Update, Star Wars Outlaws, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and Dragon Age The Veilguard. And this year's award for Best Deaf and Hard of Hearing Accessibility goes to Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws covered a wide range of accessibility options, from making audio mini-games accessible by visual designs, detailed captioning, and even a dedicated accessibility panel specifically for NPC background chatter. Many congratulations to the massive entertainment team and consultants. It's clear that a lot of work, love, and care has gone into this game. Thank you so much.
Wow, only 3 awards in, and Outlaws has already picked up 2. How will the next go? Will it be a clean sweep for Star Wars? There's only one way to find out. Stay tuned. The next area we're celebrating is progress in physical and mobility accessibility. To present the winner, we have the one and only Alex Jones, otherwise known as Walsey's DGP.
Thanks for the kind words, Steve. There are two sides to motor accessibility. One is assistive tech. For example, I use voice controls and I use a PlayStation Access controller. But there's also the other side too. The design decisions and features that can make or break our experiences regardless of what assistive tech is available. That's what this category is for, with 5 finalists who have all poured their hearts into finding ways to include rather than exclude. They are Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Sound Town, Just Dance 2025, Star Wars Outlaws, and Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And the winner of Best Physical and Mobility Accessibility is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6 added an innovative new feature called Intelligent Movement. It's a range of automation, including sprint assist, mantle assist, crouch assist, and corner slice. It not only reduces the number of buttons you have to use, but also reduces the complexity of what you have to do with them too. And impressively, this isn't just a single player feature. It is available in competitive PvP, i.e. against other humans, letting people enjoy online play on a more level playing field. Congratulations, well deserved.
Yes, Call of Duty won one. All right, yeah, full disclosure here. I've worked with these teams. I know them personally, and they are awesome and amazing. It's good to see Call of Duty being nominated for accessibility. I just love that. So to y'all, mission successful. About to say accomplished, but that sounds wrong. You deserve this. Our next category is Best Blind and Low Vision Accessibility. We're celebrating another bumper year of progress across the full spectrum of sight loss, with high contrast modes in particular spreading exponentially amongst this year's releases. Joining us to present the winner is longtime friend of GA Conf, Ross Minor.
Hi everyone, and thanks Steve, it's great to be here. Our finalists are a wonderfully diverse bunch, all tackling different aspects of accessibility for blind and low vision players. From an audio game to audio description, high contrast modes for UI and gameplay to highly scalable UI, detailed menu narrations, including map screens, to blind accessible overworld navigation, and even a 30-year-old classic modded for full blind accessibility. Without further delay, those 5 finalists are Periphery Synthetic, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws, Diablo 4: Vessel of Hatred, and the Toby Doom Accessibility mod. And the winner of Best Blind and Low Vision Accessibility is Diablo 4: Vessel of Hatred. For any game to manage to make the finals, let alone win just on the basis of DLC, is a huge achievement in and of itself, but it's deserved. The auto pin and auto navigation features mean that blind players can now navigate the overworld environment independently, adding another great example to the growing list of ways to make mainstream games blind accessible. Everything the Diablo team does for accessibility has been done hand in hand with the community, and this was no exception. Huge shout out to the Sightless Slayers Discord. You all played a crucial part in helping shape the most blind accessible action RPG yet. Many congratulations to everyone on the team, especially Drew McCrory. Your hard work has absolutely been paying off.
Congrats to Diablo 4. This category has a dedication. We're dedicating the 2024 Blind and Low Vision Award to Brandon Cole, a wonderful advocate and wonderful person who left an incredible mark upon the industry and is very sorely missed. As he played such a key role in driving progress, including Diablo 4, it feels right to be celebrating progress with him in mind. Brandon, buddy, this one's for you. Next up, we have Best Cognitive Accessibility. Our presenter for this is new to the awards, but I know is already very well known to many of you. Jamie Knight plus Lion.
Hello everyone. Cognitive accessibility is all about the extremes of usability. We all experience it, though it trips some of us up more often than others. Thinking about how information is received, processed and actioned is a perfect example of how designing for accessibility ends up benefiting all players. Our finalists this year are 5 great examples of this. They are Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, love that name, Dragon Age The Vanguard, and Botany Manor. And the winner in 2024 is Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Whee! This is a great example of the interplay between accessibility by design with options to cater for variance in people's needs and preferences. Metroidvanias are tricky beasts. Perception, affordances, filtering, deciding, planning, doing. It really is a masterclass in how to make a game as cognitively as inaccessible as possible. So for The Last Crown to excel in this area really sets the bar for the rest of the genre and the rest of the industry to live up to. The Memory Shards feature that lets you pin little screenshots to the map has enormous cognitive benefits. It's a beautifully elegant solution, and I kind of wish I'd thought of it, but shh. But it doesn't stop there. With a range of other considerations, from guided mode to extra map assistance, to the really detailed difficulty settings, the conversation log, consequences-free training areas, I could go on. The game does so many things well, other companies could and should learn from them. Congratulations to you all, you did a fantastic job.
Absolutely agree. This was my personal game of the year for accessibility. It has made me very happy to see the team so recognized, not just here, but in other accessibility categories too. As always, it takes a village, and for this game in particular, the successes are down to the work of the whole studio and many others aside. But I do have to give a shout out to one person. Remy, it was a joy to see you in person again at the Game Awards, looking so freaking happy. All your recognition is thoroughly deserved. Congrats again to you and the whole team. And I'm sorry to see the team go, but y'all did amazing work. You did amazing work. For this second year of this category, we're welcoming back our host from last time, Dr. Rachel Cowart. Take it away, Rachel.
Hi, thanks, Steve. It's good to be back. The impact of digital games on mental health has been found to be both positive and negative. An important aspect of this is accessibility. The choices that designers make in the way that games are designed can throw up barriers for people with conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and phobias. In the last few years, there have been rapid growth in this area of accessibility. It has continued to grow through 2024, improving players' access, experience, and well-being. The finalists we are recognizing today are Home Safety Hotline, Until Dawn Remake, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Alan Wake 2 version 1.15, Silent Hill 2 Remake. And the winner for 2024 is Life is Strange Double Exposure. When Double Exposure when it first launches, players are presented with toggles for warnings on a wide range of potentially traumatic content, not just the more commonly considered ones, but also things like sudden flashes or noises. We've seen a few games now with similar functionality, but Double Exposure gives players a choice of how they want the content to be handled. A choice between a warning before the content plays out or an automatic pause, so players have a chance to prepare or look away. It's not a simple thing to implement, so congratulations to the team on the deserved recognition of all your hard work.
Not everyone wants their games to be exposure therapy, so work like this that empowers players to make choices for themselves is always great to see. Congrats again to Deck 9 Games. And with that, our first set of awards is complete, so we're going to take a short break. So see you back in 5, okay? We'll be back in a bit, all right?
I am Molly, also known as Lil Motec on the internet, and I am the director of Nothing Without Us. You may recognize me or NWU from the Disability Pride Month events we've organised for the last 2 years, which were all a wonderful effort from the entire community to celebrate ourselves, create community and educate. Myself, along with the wonderful Raditz and Jarvis, have now leveled up Nothing Without Us. We are now a year-round non-profit. We are aimed at providing education, community and funding for disabled devs, creators and gamers. If you would like to partner with us on the funding initiative, please feel free to reach out, or if you want to keep up with our work, please feel free to follow us on Blue Sky at Nothing Without Us, or on TikTok and Instagram at No Without Us. Our passion has always been equity for disabled people in games, and we are really excited to be working towards that.
This is Periphery Synthetic.
Explore musical worlds.
Colorful, jagged depths of the water world. Barren, frozen expanses of its ice moon. A crater filling with sand on the desert planet.
Synthesize new abilities.
A tidal wave approaches over the ocean surface, flying between towering cliffs and ice formations. The desert exosphere, with its sun and stars spinning into view.
Uncover the past.
Spelunking vibrant caves and structures beneath the ocean floor. An ascent up an icy mountain with an eclipse above. A large pyramid unearthed from the receding sands.
Enter the interstice.
Pre-release footage of the interstice. A non-Euclidean space which connects the portals between each world and evolves alongside your journey.
Reach your potential.
Pre-release footage of Alpha Periphery D2, the Lichen Sphere, an artificial planet covered in an ethereal moss, which cycles between colorful seasons, with aerial materials to collect, and large grid-like structures to explore. Portraits of each explorable world, eclipsing their parent star.
Periphery Synthetic.
好玩的。那我们在很多的辅具研发的过程当中，我们都希望我们的辅具可以落实到生活里去，所以我们期待从电竞的练习真的可以用到生活上，然后让我们每一个人的能力通通可以回到越接近正常，或者越有统御感。
All right, hello, welcome back. Before we carry on with the rest of Set of the Awards, a quick reminder for anyone who is just joining us that we also have captions, audio descriptions, and both BSL and ASL available. Info on that in the description down below. Now, the first batch of awards was all about accessibility. For the next segment, we're going to diverge a bit into some complementary topics that sit adjacent to accessibility. The first of these is Best Representation. To present that, it gives me great pleasure to welcome a regular at the awards, Jay Justice.
Thanks, Steve. Hello, everyone. This is the third time that I presented this category now, and the change just over those few years has been phenomenal. We still have a long way to go, but any one of this year's finalists would have been a runaway winner even just a couple of years ago. A common thread running through them is collaboration with the people they're seeking to represent. Please do check out the awards page on gaconf.com for details of what each one of them did. Those finalists that we're celebrating today are The Sims 4, Hellblade 2, Rainbow Six Siege, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Just Dance 2025. This year's winner of Best Representation is Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Veilguard represents disability in a number of ways. The avatar creator includes options for cataracts and vitiligo with sliders for pattern and amount. Your party includes multiple disabled companions with realistic arm and leg prosthetics. As I mentioned before, none of this is by accident. It was through ongoing collaboration with the community, including specific consulting on art and animation for the prosthetics, culminating in an end result that is both realistic and fantastical, meshing perfectly with the setting. It's a beautiful example of what happens when you apply nothing about us without us. Many congratulations to everyone involved.
Games have the power to do a lot of social good through well-executed representation. They did a great job here, right down to Nev's idle animation while kneeling, where she checks on her leg prosthetic. I love that. I just started playing Dragon Age, and it is so dang good. Congrats again to BioWare, and of course, to Morgan Baker too, who has been a real driving force behind the topic across all of EA Studios. We love you, Morgan! Our next category is Best Journalism. To present this, I'd like to welcome back my good friend, Liana Rupert. Hi, Liana!
Hello again, and thank you so much, Steve, for having me back. The impact and contributions of quality journalism and accessibility cannot be understated. From raising awareness amongst players and developers to sharing developments and spreading good practices, elevating marginalized voices while also exploring the wider culture of disability in gaming. All of our finalists do an incredible job at exactly that. Why Gaming Needs a Third-Party Accessibility Scene by Jeffrey Bunting, How Accessible Hardware Bridges the Gap Between Individuals and Options by Grant Stoner, Playing Pokemon by Ear by Stephen Totillo, Xbox's Event Accessibility by Antonio Martinez, and finally, a prominent accessibility advocate worked with studios and inspired change, but never actually existed by Grant Stoner. And the winner for Best Journalism is... Cue fancy transition sound effect there. A prominent accessibility advocate by Grant Stoner. My background, if you didn't know, is actually an investigative journalist, so I know exactly what goes into creating a story like this and how many challenges can come with that. It was a very difficult topic that was handled with extraordinary skill and sensitivity, founded on very thorough research and investigations. The revelations within it were tough for a lot of people to come to terms with, but the effort and the thoroughness of this article did make it easier, which ultimately did the entire community a great service. You deserve all the recognition for what you do, Grant, and I hope you celebrate this because we owe you a debt. We owe you a debt.
As Liana said, it was a difficult topic for many people, but none more than the author. Immersing yourself in something like that for so long inevitably takes a toll. Grant, we appreciate you and everything you do. We know you didn't do this article for the award, but we wanted to award you for the hard work that you put in each and every time you write a new article. You multi-award winning journalist, you. Our next category is for academic research. This category is a bit different to the others because papers are so often locked behind journal paywalls, we can't really ask the public to vote on it. So it has its own separate nominating and judging panel. If you'd like to know more about that or anything about all the awards or how the awards work, there's info at gaconf.com. That's gaconf.com in the awards section. To present this award, we have one person from this panel, Elizabeth White, over at Bethesda. Take it away, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Steve. It is an honor to help celebrate academic research in game accessibility. Accessibility remains a topic that many people in gaming academia have a passion for. In 2024, there was a substantial addition to the field's body of academic knowledge from researchers all over the world. We have 5 finalists that are all worthwhile reads for anyone in the industry. They are Surveyor, facilitating discovery within video games for blind and low vision players. Detecting discrepancies between subtitles and audio in gameplay videos with Echo Test. Representation of invisible disability, exploring the lived experience of teenagers with ADHD to inform game design. I may only be able to sit through 30 minutes, gaming sickness and its impact on players' experiences with games, and playing on hard mode, accessibility, difficulty, and joy in video game adoption for gamers with disabilities. The winner of this year's award for Best Academic Research is Surveyor, facilitating discovery within video games for blind and low vision players. Many congratulations to Vishnu, Nair, and the rest of the team. How to enable serendipity for blind players is a hot topic at the moment for the leading edge of the industry. The research itself is well designed, involving blind users in a co-design approach, iteratively, both before and after implementation. Comparing multiple types of navigation cues is so valuable here, especially with a method to provide more freedom in open exploration spaces that are closer to the design of modern games that have been hard to solve for. This is a great piece of work, and it would be wonderful to see games take inspiration from this research.
This is really a great illustration why academic research is such a vital part of the field. If you want to read any of these papers, and you really, really should, the links are on the awards page of gaconf.com. Once again, that's gaconf.com. Congrats again. This is a slight shift for this year from hardware to assistive tech in general, in recognition of the solutions that can come from things like firmware and third-party software too. To present the winner, we have someone who knows all about this, occupational therapist and chief medical officer of Warfighter Engaged, Eric Johnson.
Thanks, Steve. Whether for occupational therapy or accessibility, it all comes down to the same thing. There's no two people alike, and really, there's just no one-size-fits-all solution for every single gamer. So every single innovation in assistive technology adds to a wider toolkit to be drawn upon, meaning that more people's needs, capabilities, and preferences can be met. All of our finalists are great additions to that toolkit, and they are the PlayStation Access Controller, the Microsoft Adaptive Joystick Button, the Xbox Adaptive Controller firmware, the 8BitDo Lite SE, and the BioWave Proteus. Every single one of these is a fantastic innovation that's going to transform the lives of many people. But we do have to have one single winner, and that winner is the BioWave Proteus. The Proteus is a completely modular controller kit letting players assemble their own solutions that covers a wide variety of configurations and capabilities, and it's underpinned by great software and build quality. It was developed with the backing and support from Xbox and with the community every step of the way. It includes a portal for sharing personal setups with other players and is designed for 3D printing. It's a great example of what can be done. Congratulations to you all.
There's been a lot of buzz around this device in the community for a long time. It's great to see it finally making its way into people's hands. Congrats to Brandon and the rest of the team on the win. Much of the progress made is down to developers sharing information, knowledge, and experiences, sharing with each other and also sharing with players. To present this award, we are happy to welcome back Ubisoft's Director of Accessibility, David Tisserand.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for inviting me again this year. It's a pleasure to be with you all. So as you know, game accessibility is an ever-growing field, particularly in recent years. And one staple of our field has been how open people have been to share best practices and knowledge that they've gathered over years for everyone to benefit from, and in fine, benefit all players. So this award is in recognition to efforts to do just that, to develop resources which help push our industry forward. And every finalist is a really wonderful piece of work that can help all of you to be better at game accessibility. So please take a look at them all. So the finalists for Best Resource 2024 are Rebellion Accessibility Test Brief, the Xbox Accessibility Workshop Toolkit, Gamescom Booth Accessibility Guidelines, the RNIB Dev Kit, and Rebellion again for the collection of usage data. And the winner is, drumroll at home, the Xbox Accessibility Workshop Toolkit. Congratulations, Xbox team, you've done an awesome job again this year. For those of you who don't know, before being in accessibility, my background was in user research, so that's a field that's really, really close to my heart. And nothing about us without us means involving disabled players throughout the development process. And workshops are a very effective and proven successful way to do just that early on in development. So it's an approach that a number of companies have had a lot of success with. So having all that knowledge, process, and even assets all packaged up for others to freely use is truly a wonderful thing. So Anna, I know this was a labor of love from you and everyone involved with you, so huge congratulations. I take my hat off to you, and I hope you realize how much you're pushing the field forward by sharing this amazing knowledge with us all. Thank you again, and back to you, Steve.
Don't forget, you can find info about this and links to this and all the other finalists on the awards page at gaconf.com. Say it with me, gaconf.com. And congrats again to Anna Weissmeyer and Xbox. I apologize if I butchered your name. I'm so sorry. The reputation you have for openness, sharing, and helping the rest of the industry is thoroughly deserved. I'm recording these at night, so it's kind of hard for me to talk right now. So congrats, Anna and Xbox. We love you. This category is for efforts to share and promote accessibility work within the community, and to share and promote in an accessible way too. To present this award, I'd like to give a warm welcome back to Vanessa Brassfield, otherwise known as Pleasantly Twisted.
Hi, yes, hello. Thank you so much, Steve. So, events, media, comms, and PR. These are all cornerstones of accessibility, the touch points between the industry and the players. These moments can often be the first contact and are vital for establishing trust and transparency, as well as building community and setting the tone for what the relationship between a brand and its disabled player base is. We have 5 exceptional finalists who have all been doing fantastic work in the area in their own unique ways. Starting off with the Accessibility Summer Showcase, the Diablo 4 Community Showcase, Xbox's boothing at Gamescom, Ubisoft's boothing at Paris Game Week, And finally, the Star Wars Outlaws preview rounds. Now, normally I would do something dramatic here. I'm just a dramatic person, and I would maybe do some type of drumming or allusion to it, but I broke a nail recently, so I can't do that this time. However, the winner for Best Comms and Marketing in 2024 is the Accessibility Summer Showcase. The Summer Showcase sits alongside various other not quite E3 events, highlighting a wide range of games, each detailing a selection of their accessibility settings, offerings, and design choices, making sure that gamers watching at home know with confidence that they'll be able to play. The event itself, of course, has accessibility considerations too, including ASL, BSL, and audio descriptions. The show's focus on indie games is a wonderful way to surface cutting-edge but less well-known work, not just for the community, but the industry at large, pushing the entire field forward. So a massive congratulations to Lara Kate Dale, and may it continue for many, many years to come.
Thanks, Vanessa. It's no small achievement to put on an event like this at all, let alone as an individual. Congrats again, Laura. Your hard work on this is seen and appreciated. On the topic of showcasing, we're now reached the end of part 2, so it's time for our second break. See you afterwards for the final set of winners. Woo!
How do you know if you can play a game? That's the question that started this whole project. Currently, it's really hard for gamers with disabilities to find games that support their needs. And that's hours upon hours of trying to use search engines, looking at different reviews. My name is Armand Nobari. I founded a studio called Good Trouble, and we're making a new way to discover accessible games called Able to Play. Able to Play is a website where gamers can discover games based on their personal accessibility needs. It's super easy to find a game on Able to Play. You add your needs and preferences to your accessibility profile. It's completely private and secure. And then when you browse games, you'll get a personalized accessibility score on every game that shows you exactly how well it meets your specific needs and preferences. Personally, as a cancer survivor, I live with a disability, and around 1 in 3 gamers do too. I invite you to join us on Able to Play, and I hope you discover a new favorite game, because everyone deserves to play their way. Thank you.
Play video games.
Good job.
Leo has issues with his motor ability. He doesn't have access to a lot of things.
There's so many disabled people that deserve a shot to be like everyone else.
I want to be a part of this world.
So this is my Xbox adaptive joystick.
It allows her to use the controller without using both hands.
It just clicked to him. This is a joystick. I manipulate the character, and this is how I'm going to move myself.
You've got every button covered.
This is how we do it.
This is my thumbstick topper. You can get different sizes, and this is what I use to make it easier to maneuver. You can get files from the Xbox Design Lab. Then you can go somewhere else and get it printed.
Be yourself, design it how you want. You're playing with your Xbox controller.
Right side, right side.
With the Xbox controller assist, when he needs help, when he gets stuck, I can at least hit the gas for him. Then he can control the rest. Having the joystick levels the playing field for him.
Your character, he can fly. He can do everything you can't do.
He enjoys winning and will definitely let you know when he does.
Hi, I'm Drew Reckner, Creative Director on Star Wars Outlaws. From the game's inception, our team has been dedicated to ensuring that this experience, where possible, was accessible by default. Our goal was to ensure that many different types of players could experience Kay and Nyx's galactic adventure. We believe transparency around accessibility is incredibly important, so our full list of features is published on Ubisoft News. This is to ensure that players can evaluate whether they're able to play the game before they purchase. From configurable high-contrast modes to detailed menu narration, a range of assists for on-foot, speeder and starship gameplay, and even audio descriptions for cinematics. A first for a Ubisoft game. We are incredibly proud of what we have achieved. Thank you to our accessibility team, consultants, subject matter experts, disabled players that took part in our user tests, and our disability community that have offered invaluable feedback post-launch. It is because of you that we've been able to include these options at launch and via our 5 title updates. And there's even more to come. To all who have journeyed across the Outer Rim with us, we appreciate you. We're listening to you, and we will continue to create the best experience possible. Thank you.
Oh, welcome back. Oh, this is water. It's not an adult beverage. It's just good old H2O. Yeah, great water. I hope you enjoyed that. Now on to our final block of awards. These 6 are some unique categories to recognize some special work and special people. Our first award in this block is Most Improved. To present it, we have the wonderful Molly Evans, also known as Little Motac.
Hello everyone, and thank you, Steve. This category celebrates progress within a single game. This could be through patches, through remasters and remakes, or through mods. The finalists have all done a tremendous amount to push their respective games forward. The improvements to all of them are really impressive in both depth and breadth. Those finalists are Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Spider-Man 2, Diablo 4, Star Wars Outlaws, and the Toby Doom mod. The winner of Most Improved is Diablo 4. The Diablo team have demonstrated a huge level of commitment to accessibility since launch, which followed on throughout 2024. Most notable were the updates that landed alongside Vessel of Hatred to make navigating the world more accessible to blind and low vision players. But there have also been a whole bunch more, including hybrid targeting, character highlights for improved cognitive and low vision accessibility, subtitle and color blindness fixes, and extensive screen reader improvements. Live service games are all about player acquisition and retention, so it's great to see disabled players are being considered as part of that. Congratulations team, you really deserve this.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. While earlier is always better, it's also never too late to think about accessibility. And Diablo 4 proves that once again. Congrats again to the Diablo team on your second win of the day. Next up, we have Greatest Accessibility Innovation, celebrating new steps forward for the industry. To present the winner, we have Outtake Supremo, if you know, you know, Morgan Baker, Game Accessibility Lead at EA. I'm coming for your title soon, Morgan, I swear.
Hello, and thanks, Steve. 2024 has been another fantastic year for innovation, and not just in terms of features either. What really stands out this year is the breadth. So many people across all sections of the industry wanting to raise the bar even higher. So much of what we already heard about today is innovation and has tons of great work. But we did have to whittle it down to 5 finalists, which are Diablo 4's blind accessible overworld navigation, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown's memory shards, the BioWave Proteus controller, Gamescom exhibitor regulations and guidelines, and Call of Duty Black Ops 6's asymmetric hearing loss correction. And the winner of 2024's greatest accessibility innovation is Prince of Persia. Congratulations, team. We've already heard earlier about the value of these memory shards within the Lost Crown and how pinning screenshots to a map can aid cognitive accessibility. But it's also a really powerful example of how thinking about accessibility can lead to innovative solutions for all players. It's one of those elegant ideas that really stands out and works well with the design and makes you think this should have always been there in the first place. And it's already spread beyond Prince of Persia, inspiring similar ideas in other games as well, as all innovation does. So congrats to Remy and team, you absolutely nailed this one. Great work.
And congrats again to Ubisoft Montpellier on your second win of the night. Thoroughly deserved. Yay! Our next two categories are always close run, and this year is no exception. The first is Most Dedicated Publisher. To present this, we're joined by Humphrey Harley, who you might know also by the name of No Hands, No Excuses.
Hello and thank you. It is an absolute honor to be announcing this category. After another great year for accessibility, with ever more publishers joining the ranks of those making consistent and significant efforts, the expansion to 5 finalists is a great way to be able to celebrate more of those efforts. Those 5 finalists are Electronic Arts, PlayStation Studios, Ubisoft, Xbox Game Studios, and Rebellion. And the winner is Ubisoft. It has been another great year for Ubisoft. Just in these awards, they have picked up 21 nominations and several wins. And in December, picked up a win at the Game Awards for Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. As well as that, their accessibility successes of the year have also included such awesome titles as Star Wars Outlaws, Skull and Bones, Avatar, Just Dance, Rainbow Six, not to mention strong event accessibility efforts at Ford Gamescom and Paris Games Week, consistent and boundary-pushing work in comms and PR, work across their websites, apps, engines. It's a comprehensive effort coming from clear vision, strategy, execution, and some of those things have had a direct personal impact on me. So, many congratulations to David Tizarand and the many people across the organization who put it all together day in and day out. Well done.
Wow. Well, last year when I congratulated Ubisoft on their win in this category, I said that I couldn't wait to see what 2024 would bring for them, and it did not disappoint. You love to see it. Ah! Following on with that other always tightly contested category, Most Dedicated Studio. To present this for us, we have someone who will, I'm sure, be a familiar face to many of you, Sightless Combat.
Thank you, Steve, and hello, everybody. It is brilliant to be back once again for another year of awards. And this is actually my first time presenting this category, and what a great category to have the honor of presenting. It seems a shame, of course, to only be mentioning 5 studios after so much great work has been done over the past year. So firstly, my heartfelt thanks go out to everyone else out there in the accessibility space trying to make a difference as much as possible. Our finalists for this award are Blizzard Team 3, Ubisoft Massive, Ubisoft Kyiv, Rare, and Respawn. And the winner for Most Dedicated Studio is Ubisoft Kyiv. Congratulations! A lot of what Ubisoft has been able to do in its games is down to work from this studio, developing tools at engine level to make implementation of accessibility cheaper, easier, and more consistent, both innovating themselves and freeing up other studios to do their own innovative work. The results, arguably, speak for themselves. Accessibility in engines is such a sorely needed thing, and what Kyiv achieve in that regard and enable in Ubisoft's in-house engines on a daily basis is a perfect example of that. Many congratulations to everyone at Kyiv who is a part of these ongoing efforts and making all of this happen.
Thanks, Sightless. To echo that sentiment, whether it's anything from menu narration to responsive UI frameworks to remapping systems, there are many ways in which engines could and should make implementation of accessibility much easier. So if there are any engine developers watching today, please take note. We're now down to the last two categories of the show. I know, it's sad. But all good things must come to an end. And all that jazz. These are special categories for special people. First, it's the MVP award presented by last year's winner, Jessica Roach of Ubisoft. Take it away, Jessica.
Thanks, Steve. In my role, I work with teams across the business and get to see firsthand how much tireless work is done by champions behind the scenes. This award exists to recognize significant and consistent efforts within a company and to celebrate unsung heroes, people without a huge public following who are driving the whole industry forward. This year's MVPs are Janissary of Descriptive Video Works, Caitlin Jones of Xbox, Jordan DeVries of Respawn, Jose Peters of Massive Entertainment, and Carrie Waterton of Rebellion. The winner of the MVP award for Most Dedicated Developer is Carrie Waterton. Carrie, your dedication as the driving force behind accessibility at Rebellion is something to behold. Not only do you achieve the work of about 5 regular humans, your work spans beyond games to other parts of the business, and somehow you still find time for going above and beyond, from giving frequent talks to hosting your own dev event. We've already heard some of your work named as finalists in other categories tonight. These individual efforts are underpinned by a spirit of sharing and collaboration, putting not just data, but detailed resources out in the public for the greater good, which is a mindset and a model that the rest of the industry would benefit from taking to heart. Carrie, you've already made such an important impact on the industry, and I'm sure that's just the tip of the iceberg compared to what's to come. Many congratulations and well-deserved.
All I can say in addition to that is just to confirm that, yes, Kari is indeed a superstar. Congrats, Carrie. Yay. Congrats again. You deserve it. Woo. Yay. I'm doing a golf clap, but imagine it's like thousands of people. Last, and of course, by no means least, we have the Advocacy Award, recognizing people using their voice to drive change across the industry. To announce this final award of the night, we have the one and only Senior VP of Blizzard Entertainment and General Manager of Diablo, and staunch accessibility ally, Rod Ferguson. Take it away, Rod.
Thanks, Steve. It's a pleasure to be with you today and to be able to take part in celebrating the progress made in accessibility over the past year. That progress, including the progress we've made on Diablo 4, is driven by community. And a big part of that is advocacy, people fighting hard to enable change for the better. Now, the finalists today are 5 passionate individuals who educate, motivate, and inspire the industry to greater heights. And so for that, without further ado, they are Matthew Alcock, known as the Wobbly Gamer, Antonio Martinez, Molly Evans, known as Little Motak, Arevia, known as Elizabeth Silverstone, and Ma Rang Rongjen, known as ActiveBit. So to bring this year's categories to a close, it gives me great pleasure to present the 2024 Advocacy Award to Matthew Alcock. Congratulations. Matthew, you've had a great year, from international conference speaking to consulting, from content creation to social media advocacy. You have passion, dedication, and most of all, you're a genuine, likable, and kind-hearted person, which of course counts for a lot in advocacy. And I know that your work has influenced some of the finalists and winners in other categories of these awards. So many congratulations on your year, and of course, the deserved win. Everything you do is a great service to the industry, so thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. Wobbly, we love you. And to everyone else, if you don't know Wobbly yet, find them on the usual socials and throw them a follow. Congrats again to you and to your fellow finalists for their nominations. And thank you to everyone out there putting your hearts and souls into advocacy every single day. As much as we're sort of losing our voice in the platforms that we have all dedicated our lives to, we need you now more than ever. Our voices may be sort of diminished in terms of places to go, but we're still just as strong. So I am so happy to be able to see folks like Wobbly win and all the finalists for this category. I hope we can see from today's winners and finalists that your hard work is paying off. The wind is changing. All right, and that was our final category. What a year it's been, and particularly the breadth of wins too. I mentioned back at the start about landslides, but actually the largest amount of categories won by any one thing was just 2, which is a very clear and positive statement on the trajectory of the industry compared to just a few short years ago. I want to say thank you so much to Ian and Tara for having me back again to host these awards. I hope it was entertaining, educational, informational, edutainment. I don't know. I hope I made you at least laugh, or at least give a small smile, or even just a slight little breath for your nose because you thought it was kind of funny, or at least enjoyable. Anyway, thank you so much. It's been an honor to be able to host this, and I can't wait to see what next year brings in terms of accessibility. And also make sure to be able to check out more about anything about these awards at gaconf.com. That's once again gaconf.com. And now back over to Tara for some closing words.
Thank you so much, Steve. Not just again for throwing it back to me, but for another year of amazing hosting. You know, this event really does take so many people to put together. From Ian doing all the work behind the scenes, from Steve being the man in front of the camera, to all of the various presenters that we had working with us today. But there are other folks as well, because again, it's important to us that we have an accessible event about accessibility. So again, thank you to our captioning team over at Subtrend. Thank you for our interpretation services for ASL and BSL. And thank you to Descriptive Video Works for again providing the audio description. Now, we wouldn't have a conference without people doing the work, so thank you to every nominee for all of the hard work that you did in 2024. We literally wouldn't have an award show if you guys weren't out there busting your asses, so I see you and I appreciate you. Now, we are going to be having the next Game Accessibility Conference coming up in April on the 14th and 15th in London. So if you would like to go to the Pullman St. Pancras Hotel to hang out with me, Ian, a bunch of other cool folks to learn about game accessibility, the tickets are on sale now. I would absolutely love to see you there. This is going to be our second time at this venue. Last year was fantastic. The food was great. The espresso martinis were available. And again, I would love to see any of you there. Please join me. And if you see me there, please come up and chat with me in person. And if I looked a little frazzled, just come up to me again with that espresso martini and it'll get me through whatever time zone issues I'm dealing with. Now, of course, the biggest part of this conference and this award show are the people putting in the work and the winners. So we're going to close out this award show again with our winner's reel, but stick around after for a little bit of extra fun. Thanks.
Okay. Focus. Okay, so.
Yeah, I screwed up. Hold on. Let me try this again.
And of course, blah, 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 blah.
Ah, my days. I've made a mistake. Because I've lost all the people that have been nominated.
Accessibility is a really hard word to say.
This is take number 4 and 5 and maybe some more, maybe not. Let's see how it goes.
The way that choice is made in the way that choice is made in the way games are designed.
High contrast modes for...
First up is AAA excellence, making a meaningful... Stupid prompter, you're screwing me over right now. All right, take 2.
So many people across all sections of the industry wanting to push the bar even higher. So,
The design decisions and features that can make or break our experiences.
For this second year of this category, we're welcoming...
Alright, we're on our 3rd video camera in hopes that we can actually get a decent recording. Let's give it a try. How hard could it possibly be?
We have the wonderful Molly Evans, also known as Little Demo... This is okay. Take 2. Take 2 of the whole thing. Of the whole thing.
Hello everyone. Hi,
I'm Tara Belker here in all of my 2008 emo scene kid hair glory.
Following on with that, other always tightly let me try this again.
Without further delay, those 5 finalists are Periphery Synthetic.
Oh, I made that mistake at the end.
did I just like break? My brain just like.
This is a great example of the interplay between accessibility by design with lots of options for cater to the... Screwed that up, didn't I?
2024 has been another fantastic year for innovation, and not just in terms of features either, but the breadth of how much work has been done. So many people across the industry are pushing accessibility to ensure that more people can